us taking...
This is what everybody's cabinet should look like in their house. No, I'm just kidding.
This is me taking pre-workout. I take Jack 3D, and then, Dom, tell them what you take.
I'm taking gunpowder, which if you take about 2 scoops full of it, it makes you tingle and itch all over. So it definitely does something.
And if you like that, then get it because it works really good. I still like Jack. Jack doesn't really give you that much of a tingle.
Holy mackerel, look at those scoops.
Yeah, Jack doesn't really give you that much of a tingle, but
holy crap,
gunpowder does, and I do like that, especially like on a squat day or a deadlift day. I use Jack on bench day.
So here we are, warming up as usual with the bar. It's always funny to me when people come right into the gym and they start throwing on 135 or 225 and they start warming up. And if you're young and that suits you just fine, fantastic. But man, when you get older, I just can't do it anymore. So there I am.
And I just follow what they do, and it's been working out for me really, really good. So I recommend just warming up with small weight from the bar, 25, plate 25. Because I do that every single time, and it's been working for me really good.
You know, when you're young, it probably doesn't matter as much because you're still way more flexible.
Sure, your joints are not as stiff.
Yeah, you're not stiff. Therefore, you can put a bigger load on right away, and you still have the lubrication. But at our age, it's very easy to hurt yourself when you lift
I did like how he said
weights.
when you're young, you have a lot more lubrication on a big load.
Those are our compression cuffs. Chris and Dom have pain in their... Chris has pain in his elbow. Dom has pain in his forearms. So I bought them some compression cuffs.
They work really well.
It takes a lot of credit. I did this. I do that. Oh my God.
Alex does everything.
He does.
I made the videos, by the way, actually.
Yeah, he actually does make the videos.
But those compression cuffs, if you have pain, they actually help a tremendous amount.
And don't worry about this. This is some Mexican who just wanted to work in with us that day. He just needed a quick spot. That's about his max. So we'll get on to the real lifters when they get back in camera view.
I think today I did another 5 sets of 5 today with 245.
Is this also the day that we did the Camber bar?
Yes.
All right.
Everything in multi-grip.
So here, Alex, again, using a compression cuff.
Yes.
So, kudos to Mark Bell, or whoever invented them, and Mark Bell now just really making them popular for us raw lifters. And I can't stress that enough. As the weight gets up, and here I am benching with them on, because I get that tendon behind my elbow as you start lifting bigger and bigger weights. It just gets really, really agitated, burns, sharp pains go through there, and there's not much you can really do except lay off, and I'm not in a position where I want to lay off of training. We're all trying to work through the pain. We maybe get criticized for that, but these are just things you're going to have to get used to if you want to be somewhat competitive. So,
yeah.
Anybody else?
I like to point out how we always wrap our thumbs. I've seen a lot of people lately when they bench, they don't fully wrap their thumbs. And while that works probably 99.9% of the time, if it just takes that 0.01 time and it falls on you, it's very easy to hurt yourself really badly or even die from it. So we suggest always make sure you have full control of the bar by wrapping your thumbs.
And notice that all of us bench where the wrist and elbow are in nice alignment. When you're benching, and again, benching is not technically a chest builder. Your chest will get a little stronger off of it, but bench is a movement. Anyone who's ever done any kind of chest routine realizes that you're going to get a lot better pectoral development with flies and dumbbells than just the flat bench. But we want to try to load the weight through the elbow. So when we drive up, we're trying to drive up through the elbow into the wrist. And notice all of our wrists are very straight. You don't want to see a bent wrist. A slight bend so that it doesn't put all pressure on thumb is fine, but you don't want it way back. I see too many people that are very lazy benchers, and you just don't get a lot of force coming through your elbow into your wrist that way. It changes the dynamic of the lift. Try it for yourself. What you're seeing right here is where you really want to try to stay at when you're benching. Nice and equal, and just pressing and driving through your triceps, lats, pectorals, and delts.
And you notice that the elbows don't flare. What happens to a lot of beginning benchers is they use a lot of delts when they bench, which means they will bring their elbows out so they're almost straight across, which puts all the load on your delt, which gives you actually more strength, but it will hurt over time
I
and
think
damage
only
your
in the
shoulders.
beginning. I think over time, as your triceps become more developed and they learn to be utilized in the bench, I mean, you're going to press a lot more weight.
And you'll get a natural flare at the end anyways.
Well, yeah, you can't help that.
So you don't really need to flare yourself. You actually want to focus on keeping them as tucked in as you can throughout the whole entire.
And I think here we
Yeah.
started now with our 5-3s.
You guys did. I needed ways to warm up.
And then another thing I'll talk about too is when my head goes up. So I like to lift my head and watch the bar come down to my chest. It's just a little habit. So I like to watch it come down, touch my chest so I know exactly when to explode. I change it up a lot. Dom makes me put my head down all the time, but some people like to bring the bar down in and put their head up and whip their head back and throw the bar off for a little help. I don't do that for that reason. I just like to watch the weight come down. So I like to switch it up, keep my head flat, keep our back flat.
If you do notice, he's still very controlled when he benches, and we always want to be very controlled. We want to let the muscles do the work, not momentum or bounce. Too many guys bounce, or they don't even touch their chest. I don't understand that. You want to come down and get a full range of motion, just like he's doing there. No bounce, full control. Keep your glutes flexed, keep your feet planted, and drive through your limbs.
So this is Dom's, one of his last working weights. You were doing 245?
That looks like 235. That's a 5 on the end.
That's a 5, yeah, so 235.
And I think this is my last set, so I'm trying to do as many reps as I can.
Yeah, this was,
this was
where we decided
5.
to rep out, yeah.
Well, maybe more than 5.
I think you got 7. I think you get 7.
But anyway, guys, the whole point to this is really try to control the weight. Don't let the weight control you. Warm up properly. Keep things tight. Keep things safe. Wrap those thumbs. And whatever program you're on, whatever you're doing, just remember, in the gym before competition, it's training, so we might as well practice as safe as possible and take our time. There's no rush. We're trying to develop really good motor patterns, and that should be everybody's main goal, is to do things correctly first.
Cambered bar time.
Yeah, we switched here to the cambered bar. What that does is right when you come off the chest and apply force to the bar, it actually wants to roll on you or move. So it's just a nice way to get more stabilizers and coordinators involved, and it's just a nice change up. The bar's a little fatter, so anytime you can keep it different and keep the nervous system guessing, it's always a plus.
Our grip is also wider as well too on this one. We go all the way out to the end. And I recommend if you are going to try using the cambered bar, don't go way too heavy because that could happen to you right there.
But this weight was a little heavy for Chris.
It was apparently too heavy
and
for
so
me that day.
I'm holding him down so he can really focus turning into one side, which of course this is a joke. You should never do this. But every once in a while we need to break up.
You got to have
the
fun
tension.
when you got to break the tension.
But yeah, so I recommend if you're going to try this, don't go too heavy on your first one. I've seen a couple people throw on a plate or something like that. They've never tried it before, and the bar wiggles and almost slaps them in the face.
And
so
believe me, the last thing you want is busted teeth.
Yeah, so start with the bar so you can see how it feels, because it will wiggle on you. It's a whole different type of bench.
The faster you explode, the more it starts to wiggle on you too.
Yeah, look at that. You can see it right now swaying, and this is what we're trying to control. And you recruit new muscles when you do this, when you try to apply more control over something you didn't have to do before. So when you go back to doing a simpler bench where the bar does not sway so much, you should be a little stronger. And that's the purpose of these fillers.
So you'll see right there, right when you push up, because the weight is in a deeper hole than a normal bench. So you're having to drive it out of that, and it starts to wiggle on you pretty hardcore.
That was good, though.
Yeah.
Remember, these are just fillers, so we're using probably 3 to 4 sets, somewhere in that 6 to 10 rep range, and now we switched over to a multi-grip bar.
This is our second filler, our third exercise. Here we go through all the different grips, from the furthest out to the middle grip to the one all the way inside where it's very difficult to press out of the hole, as you will see later on.
And not just press, but balance and stabilize.
Yes.
And again, things that challenge the nervous system. When you go back to doing something real simple, you should be a little stronger at doing so.
Yeah, this one likes to wiggle
forward and backward,
and
and as you
backwards.
get closer towards the inside, it pitches side to side.
Left and right.
So make sure if you do have a Swiss bar or a multi-grip bar in your gym, use the collars on the ends, because we've had 2 people already.
The weight fly off. Of
Yeah,
the
the
bar.
weight slide right off because the inside grip is too hard to balance.
What I think we did here was a 10, 8, 6, and we did 3 rounds. And each round you had to do
That's correct.
a set in each grip. So you'll see the weight go up. We didn't get all the footage. You'll see 2 25s and then
Well,
3
just enough to
25s.
get the idea. So here he is on the last set.
Just the
Middle grip.
No, this is second to last in the middle grip.
Really working the triceps, pitching the weight differently on the body, just having the body try to work through a different style of pressing, recruiting new muscles. That's what we're really aiming for when you do these fillers. And as you can see, he gave out. That's okay. He's got a little weaker triceps. We want to build those up to increase his maximum bench press.
Also, what we did on this is we didn't really take any breaks. We wanted to make it almost like
That's
a
right.
speed.
That was hard.
A speed round. So once someone finished, we went straight. You'll see on this last
Yeah,
set
watch
after.
this.
It's
comes
total
nicely
failure.
down.
Total failure.
And
Yeah.
it starts tipping, and I
See, that's-
couldn't balance it. I couldn't stabilize it. It was too much.
And this is
That was fun though.
yeah. Keep in mind after the whole entire workout, we did 3 speed rounds, and I think I only hit 3 in the last
Alex
one.
did
just
really
drops.
nice. Coming out of the hole.
And then I get this one, and then the next one you'll see it fall. It gets really hard, but yeah, that was our bench day. Stay tuned. Watch us on our YouTube channel over here at Mission Fitness Center in San Marino, California.